had this fear that when I moved out to a big capital city that I would kind of lose my joy in this sort of tranquility and calmness and that waterfall. And I don't have a car here, I don't have a way of getting to places like this. I worried I would lose some of my freedom. But honestly, look at this place. This is within the borders of Edinburgh. It is so lovely here. The sun's out and I think I can hear the river just down there. I think I'm going in the right direction. Oh, this is brilliant. Right. Well, this looks a nice sort of place for a spot of lunch. Here we go. Sit on the rock. So the stone started getting a little bit wet, so I've kind of moved under this this little tree cove here. I don't know why it's not going up. There we go. I'm having lunch under a tree, and just this view. Oh my goodness, this view. I mean, as lunch spots go, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I think my thoughts at the minute go a little bit something like this. I used to know exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to make things, I wanted to invent things. And there comes a time when you've got to face that isn't particularly realistic. And then you start thinking about like the way that the world works. Like how does the world actually work? And then as your understanding of the world starts to broaden, you reach this point where you realise that those dreams that you had, they were just dreams, and that they'll probably never happen. So I guess I'm feeling a bit lost at the minute. I think that's probably what it is. Who knows, but it's very hard to put into words. But one thing I do know is that some things in life are constant. The river always reaches the sea, and no matter where you are in it, you'll reach the sea too. Even if you sink, something will come along and pick you up and move you along, and you'll get there eventually. It's just kind of finding a way there. That's the hard bit. And I think it's a lot more than just I don't know what job I want to do or something like that. Because those are, in the grand scheme of things, not particularly important. I think what it is, it's that I've suddenly gained this huge amount of information and understanding of things that I've never had before, and that processing those in the context of my own life gets quite difficult. I don't really know what relaxing is, but perhaps this is about as close as I'll ever get to it. And I suppose in a way it's that I was going to miss. The fact that I don't actually have to think about anything here. I suppose that was why I was so scared about coming here, because I thought that I would never get this whilst I was here, but I mean, just look at it. So I'm going up this little stepped bit here. It takes you sort of right up the cliff edge. It's quite weird actually, it makes you feel really tall. Wow. Oh wow, that view. And sometimes as the river gets bigger and older, it drops little bits of sediment that it picked up along the way. They find their way there eventually, they just kind of get left for a while. And occasionally it'll hit like a waterfall or some kind of other obstruction and it'll have to reroute around it. But it will reach the sea. And I think we're getting close. Maybe this story deserves some kind of a poetic ending, and perhaps that's it. Just the fact that we need everything to have an ending. Maybe it would be better if I just left it on an open ending. Nothing. Because, to be honest, even though I reach the sea, the river keeps going. It keeps getting washed out there, the sediment doesn't settle. Maybe that's that ideas keep growing, and that your thoughts will go on forever if you get them there, but maybe it's unsatisfying. Maybe that's just what life is, though. It's a lot to think about, perhaps, and maybe this isn't the time or the medium, but I know I'll get there. I know I'll get there someday.